very warm welcome to our Tampines Hub, where it is the Singapore Premier League as Tampines Rovers look to end 10 defeats in a row. They take on Tanjong Pagar United live from our Tampines Hub. Well, there's rainy conditions here. It's going to be nice and slick on the ground for the players to pass that ball around and get some movement. We're guaranteed goals because Tampines are leaking them for fun. The big question is how are they going to line themselves up today? Well, we'll soon find out because Gavin Lee will tell us shortly. However, the league table looks like this, with the Lion City Sailors slipping up midweek. It means that Albirex Niigata, with their 3 points, pull ahead to 5 points at the top of the table. Those two do go head-to-head towards the end of the season, and that could be the decider. Tanjong Pagar are now within touching distance of Tampines, and their woeful form at the moment. And 3 points here for Hazrin Jalani and his Tanjong Pagar side will make a big difference in the running. Well, we mentioned the coaches, we mentioned what are they going to do. We caught up with them just a few moments ago down at pitch side before kickoff. Let's get their thoughts ahead of this big game.
Gavin, it's been a tough couple of weeks for your side. Now, we know you're all about taking it one game at a time and trusting the process and the journey that you're in. But do you now feel a certain sort of pressure to get the 3 points today no matter what?
Well, the pressure is always there when you're part of a club like Tampines Rovers, and we feel the responsibility to get things right, and hopefully we get the results today.
Your opponents today are known to be a more physical side, and defensively you have struggled of late. What is the game plan here tonight?
Play our football and score as many goals as we can.
And in terms of team selection, Mehmetovic back from suspension, he slots straight back into your starting 11, is that right?
Yeah, definitely. I think Zeko coming back in will give us a little bit more control in midfield and will help our progression, and hopefully with him we'll create our chances and convert our chances as well.
Hazrin, you've had a more than decent restart, picking up 3 wins. We know there's no underestimating your opponents today, but there is no better time to face them, is there?
Yeah, okay. Tampines is still a good team. They will bounce back from their losses. But for us, we just need to focus on our game. That's about it. After this, we got 4 more games. Plus this is 5 games. We just need to focus on our game rather than the Tampines team. But they are still a force to reckon with. We just give our best tonight.
Speaking of your team, we know you come into this on the back of that loss against the Sailors.
Yep.
But Luis Jr. in pretty hot form. In fact, your whole team has been gelling quite well. Are you expecting the same level of intensity from your boys
Definitely, we are expecting the same level. For us, it's all about hard work and also the players' understanding of what the principles of our play are. So we are doing well now because they understand what we want, especially on the technical style. So we have to keep on moving and stay positive and taking things one step at a time. Yeah.
You, of course, welcome Anaki back to your starting 11 today. Any other major changes to your team then?
Delwinder is out today due to a fractured toe. Sharin Sabini will take over his place. It's unlucky that he have to be injured at this point of time, but we are very, very positive that Sharin can do the job as well. Other than that, it's still the same team.
Hazrin, thank you so much and good luck.
Thank you.
Well, that just shows you about the weather and the rain that's falling here at our Tampines Hub. It might dampen the atmosphere, but it's not dampening the atmosphere of the football, that's for sure, because the players will love the conditions like this. Rather than it be blistering hot, it's going to be nice and cool for them to go and play their trade. So both sides are in the tunnel. They will be coming out in a few moments' time, so we could be all set to go here. As you can see, the ball is there, it's ready to go. The officials will be making their way to the field of play, and they'll lead everybody out momentarily. So the music starts. That means that they will now come out onto the field of play. They are almost hesitant, maybe because of the weather, but I doubt it very much. They've now been instructed to come out of the tunnel. As you can see, the raincoats are on for the flag bearers. now the officials follow suit along with the two sides. Promises to be an intriguing and a very, very interesting one, that is for sure. You turn around and you look, Tampines have conceded 42 goals in the 10 games that they have lost on the bounce, and they've only managed to score 7. That's going back to the loss to Hougang. They have lost as well in the league to Lion City, Balestier and Geylang. They will look to try and put that right today. Tanjong Pagar, though, 3 wins out of the last 5 since coming back after that break. Should tell you that they'll fancy their chances going into this one. There's our officials today. Jansen Fu in charge in the middle. Promoted for the past couple of seasons to the middle as opposed to being a linesman. Interesting to see how he fares as the two skippers go together, and it looks as though it is Tampines that won the toss. How will that affect things? And will they make the right decision? So all the pose for the photo, and I think the referee there, Jansen Fu, just mentioning to the two captains, there will be a minute's silence before today's game. We'll update you on that very shortly, but we'll update you with the teams first. 3 changes then made by Gavin Lee. Amaral comes in. Bosniak, surprisingly, has been left out onto the bench. Mehmedovic comes back in after suspension. His 2 goals against Balestier could be critical. He missed the last game, though, and that 3-1 loss to Geylang. And Mark Tan comes in for Taufik on the right-hand side in what predominantly is an attack-minded lineup, and it looks, for all intents and purposes, as a 4-1-4-1. There he is, Gavin Lee. Does he stop the goals or does he go chasing the goals? They've tried chasing, they concede. They've got to get it right at the back today, Tampines. Tanjong Pagar United make the 2 changes. Sharin comes into that defence for Delvinda, who has a broken toe, as we heard a little bit earlier on. Martins misses out as well. And Aki Ismit, who's on loan from Lion City Sailors, will get the nod. That is the starting 11 put out by Hazrin Jelani. As mentioned, there will be a minute's silence for the ex-team manager of Tampines. That's Francis Wong, who sadly passed away this week. A real stalwart in local football and a wonderful, wonderful man and a wonderful person, and very much behind the scenes with Tampines for many, many a season.
Mr. Wong was passionate and dedicated in his support of football in Singapore, and we at Tampines Rovers are thankful for his contributions to the success of the club. He is deeply missed by the football community. Ladies and gentlemen, we begin our minute silence now.
The minute silence impeccably observed for a wonderful servant and a wonderful man. Our thoughts, prayers and wishes go out to his family and all his loved ones. The ex-team manager of Tampines Rovers, Francis Wong. So we're all set to get underway here. It's going to be interesting, that's for sure. You have to think and consider, how do Tampines stop this rot? 10 games in a row, 10 losses 42 goals conceded, only 7 scored. It has to start somewhere. Will they shore things up at the back, or will they just go gung-ho and try and get more goals? All will be revealed. The next 90 minutes will tell us as Tampines get us underway in their black strip. Kicking from left to right. Straight away, Irfan just keeping it simple. Here's Ryan. Youngster looks as though he's developing nicely. A lot of pressure on the young man's shoulders, playing at the back, and with them conceding the goals that they have been. And it goes to the most experienced player in the league, Dan Bennett. Most capped Singapore international in history. Nice little move there from Ryan as he tries to keep it simple. Here's Bennett again. Mark Tan just rolls it down the line. Yasir Hanapi making that run. Little nudge in the back. No, just the throw in. Two skippers coming together. It was fist pumps earlier for the toss of the coin. No love lost there though. As Farid goes straight through the back of Hanapi. Medovic just trying to conjure something up, but well read by Farid. Launched long and clear. Bennett wins the header. Help forwards from Rikuto. Good, strong, solid header back though from Ryan Sanazal. Tampines, as we've seen in the last few games, I've been fortunate enough to cover them, do look to try and keep possession, keep the ball, particularly in the opening exchanges, and move it around. Medovic plays that one forwards, looking for Kapitovic. Still Kapitovic. Just poked back there though from Sharin. Zarfan in goal, not wanting to take any chances, so clears his lines. Medovic looks for the big switch. Headed straight back to him. Medovic miscontrols that one and just launched forwards. Rikuto just looking to try and turn Dan Bennett, who comfortably picks that one up. Well, that's the second or third occasion that Ryan Sanizal has just stepped inside and taken a man on. A chance here, Kapitovic going through. Well read though. Shakir was there. As the ball blasted against his back though on that occasion, Farid went to Shakir though. That one's clipped forwards, looking for Luis Jr. Can be a danger man up top. 10 goals so far this season. Nakamura looking again on the ball, given away though. Medovic clumsily conceding possession. It's back on the ball now though and just launches that one long. Here's Farid. Dispossessed by Big Boris. Yasir Hanapi. Nakamura just caught wanted a little bit too long on the ball. That's good skill and well played from Nisaguchi. Bit of a battle ensuing in the middle of the park there. Fatullah losing out. Back there from Irwan Shah and put his side under a little bit of pressure. Almost 5 minutes gone. Not too much to talk about apart from Tampines retaining possession. Irfan back inside to Bennett. And Bennett now is 43 years old. Vastly experienced. Former West League Player of the Year back in 2001. That's how long ago that was. That's 20 years ago. Chance here though for Tampines to try and cause issues. Nice ball to the back post. Mark Tan couldn't get there. No handball. Kuto doing well there and stepping across the run as well to retain possession. Feeds it out wide. Nisiguchi. Mark Tan did well to trap back in there and win that one back though. Both sides a little bit sloppy when it comes to the possession. And trying to keep that ball when they need to. That'll go in favour of Tanjong Pagar. Nishikawa will be on that one. There's that effort. Mark Tan couldn't get there. Looked very much to be the chest of Rikuto. And it was brought in from DPMM earlier this year. Started at St George's down in Sydney, Australia, which of course is a traditional old heritage club down there. Very well supported. Rich in tradition in the area. Here's Amaral. Man brought in to replace Bosniak. Great ball played in. Kopitovic just couldn't get there. Well, you could see the intent was there. Not really a back pass, just a big toe more than anything, just reaching out from Nishikawa. Good to see and hear the fans back in stadiums as well. 80% of the population now vaccinated, which is an amazing feat really, when you consider that the Little Red Dot is all gathered together to ensure the safety of everybody. That is why fans weren't allowed earlier on, and now they're being allowed back in. See in the corner there, it's a little bit of a gathering, people wanting to watch the game and watch the action. Yasser Hanapi. Kopitovic with a little layoff. Here's Amaral back inside to Yasser. Big strong sliding challenge and ball bouncing, bobbling and popping around. Faric looks to switch play. The flag's gone up though. Nishikawa adjudged to have gone a fraction early. Tampines will look to build again. Yasser coming deep this time. Being forced all the way back to Bennett. Well, you can see from the defensive line in the commentary position, definitely a 5 at the back when they don't have the ball. Tanjong Pagar, the numbers are back there to. Well, it was a fantastic goal. Sharin. Aniki just trying to help that one on, but Usaidi didn't gamble or anticipate that that's where the ball was going. And we're 10 minutes down already. Better from Tanjong Pagar. Nishikawa finds Nisiguchi. Lovely little interchange down that left-hand flank. Nishiguchi looks to fire it in, and that's hoisted and hooped straight up in the air. He's not going to back out of it, is he? Rakuto went and attacked the ball. Tan looking to break the offside line. That's exactly what he does. Cuts back inside. Tries to feed it inside to Nakamura. Couldn't get there though. A little bit of a physical challenge there on the Brazilian, Luis Jr. Former Brazilian under-17 international. Managed to score a goal as well in the 4 appearances for Brazil. Started his career at Botafogo. Been a bit of a journeyman, playing in Jordan, Oman, Egypt, Indonesia, just to name a few. Lovely ball played back inside, and well, not the most convincing defending on that occasion from Irfan, but it did take the deflection and go back to the keeper as Nishikawa was closing down. Lovely little ball threaded through there, and there's that little bit of fortune. Maybe Tampanese's luck is changing. Tanjong Pagar look to press. Pressing high up the field to play as well and win it back. And a real chance and opportunity here. Good save though. Zulfaruz it was at that near post. Making no mistake. Anaki had Luis Jr. there, who was absolutely free as a bird if he'd have found him. And you feel the Brazilian might have scored, but Anaki wanting to take it on himself. Good save in the end from the 27-year-old in goal. Tried to catch him out at that near post area, but it's behind for the first corner of the match. Drilled in. It's a free header for Luis Jr. Couldn't get the accuracy on it though. Little trip. It's a clumsy one as well. Yes, here just a little bit too overzealous to try and get the ball, and smiles and handshakes all round as the 2 number 7s come together. Saidi just moves the ball, just that little trip, and well, like I said, the players are enjoying the conditions here without a shadow of a doubt. No malice in that at all, just more of a coming together. 5 white shirts to aim for in the middle. Shakir's up from the back. It's a decent ball fired in, and the header just over from Nishiguchi. Well, they left that space, and Nishiguchi just drifted in there. 7 goals so far this season for the man that won the league with Albirex Niigata, Singapore. Not a million miles away there. And again, Tampines looking to try and play out from the back, and Zulfaruz got away with that one, but they haven't because Tanjong Pagar have won it back. Anaki just running out of space. Just a little bit too close to the byline. I wonder if Farid's is struggling there, the way that he attacked that ball. Sometimes you need to mix it up instead of trying to overplay at the back, and Tampines have been caught twice there. However, they haven't been punished. Nice ball played through. Amaral bearing down on goal. Pulls it back, but nobody there. Hacked away from Nishikawa. AIA Hanapi fires it in, blocked away though from Shakir. No nonsense defending from the 28-year-old. There they are, they're back again, the Tampines fan club. Since they've been allowed to come back, they have come in to support the side, come rain or shine. As mentioned earlier, it's great that the fans are allowed back into the stadium as well. Well, there didn't look too much wrong with that. Got away with that. Rusaidi conceding possession. In fact, I think it was Anaki. It's Tanjong Pagar's turn to concede possession. Here's Bennett, just clipping that one forwards. Shakir there. Kopitovic bearing down on goal. Showing in the right place just to clear and mop things up. Well, taken a little bit too quickly. Kopitovic trying to create that yard. Ball fired in for Tan at the far post, and well, Mark Tan unselfishly trying to play it back across goal. However, it's a corner. And a chance now for Tampines to assert themselves on this game. Be their first corner of the game. So Yasir delivers, headed away. No real serious challenge or threat though. Nakamura switches play back to Yasir Hanapi. Yasir fires it in, he's deep, and it's a free header at the far post, and it's the opening goal for Irfan. The right place at the right time. And it's a cool, calm finish. Irfan Najib, unmarked, drifting in, and makes no mistake with the header. Great ball fired into that far post. That will be bitterly disappointing for Hazrin Jilani. Basically, it's the second phase of a set play. Fired into that far post area. Simple header for Irfan. Can they hold on? That's going to be the question. Is that going to be the tonic that they need? Nakamura tries to play it over the top. Easily dealt with by Shakir. Long ball hoisted. Looking there for the run of Nishikawa. Just goes out of play. Rikuto keeping things simple. Sharin just caught in two minds there. It was easy from Ryan Sanazal in the end. Boris Kopitovic doing well with a little give and go. Has it back at his feet and has time and space to move into. That's great work defensively from Rikuto, tracking all the way back in to win that ball back. Offside, flag's gone up. Must have been a fraction earlier that was given. Battle ensuing. And it's Tampines that will come away with the ball. Nakamura feeds it in. Medovic trying the inch perfect pass, but it not coming off. So Tanjong Pagar can regroup and retain possession. Nice long ball played forwards though. Just a little bit too much for Anaki. Well, they don't want to get caught at the back like they did earlier. So for us, finding Bennett. They do keep it a little bit better this time. Ball over the top for Amaral. Amaral helps it into the middle, easily picked off by Shakir. Clumsy, silly little fouls being given away here, and it could prove costly for Tanjong Pagar. Well, it would be important for Tampines to have a small goal, see this one through till half-time and still be in the lead. I'm sure that's what Gavin Lee will be hoping from his side. Ball scooped forwards and easily dealt with by the goal scorer, Irfan. However, they lose possession again, Tampines. Ishiguchi back inside, wants the return. Medovic back there, trying to defend and clears his lines. Farage drills it in, but goes easily back to Solfaus in goal. Tries a big booming kick to find Mark Tan. Farage with the challenge from behind, but Yasser Hanapi picks this one up. Onside on the far side, though, is Amiral. Has support coming. Iwan Shah delivers. Overplays it, though. Kopitovic won't keep that one in play. And the referee calls for the drinks break. There you can see it was Martin that started the move and just couldn't get there to the far post. So, intriguing, interesting. Tampines getting caught once or twice earlier on. However, they are the ones that have broken the deadlock. This was from a corner. It's the second phase of a corner. Yasser Hanapi to that far post area. And Irfan getting his second goal of the season. Drifting in at that far post area. Where was the marking? Well, it was nowhere to be seen. And he didn't need a second attempt, did he? Heads it back across goal. And you can see Shalfan asking his defenders who's marking him. They did get caught out there. There he is, the man of the moment. Play allowed to continue. Nishiguchi looking to get in behind. Bennett read that one well, clears his lines. Yasser doing likewise. Mark Tan checking back in, as was Irfan. AIA one on the far side. Just scooping that one forwards. Nakamura knew there was contact from Fatullah. Just got caught from behind. Nakamura, the only player for Tampines to have started every game. Every league game, I should say. And he is again. Finished 2-2 the last time these two sides met back in April. Hopefully that means we're going to have some goals today and more goals. Usaidi plays for the corner. That's exactly what he gets. Can they make amends at this end now as we start to approach the half-hour mark? Ball clipped in. Chance, they don't clear their lines and it's bundled across the line. Awful, awful defending, as Shakir is the man that would be credited with that goal. Well, that was extremely poor. Very, very poor from Tampines. They don't deal with it at all. The ball just thrown in. No one attacks it. No one clears it. Shakir Hamza. I think it comes off the defender, then off his knee and into the back of the net. There you go. He won't care. They all count, particularly if you're a defender. You'll accept that every day of the week. So we've got a game back on here now. Fired in from Yasser Hanapi. Nakamura! Well, from range. Snatched at it, which is why it went wide. Again, both sides looking susceptible and vulnerable when it comes to the set plays. Nakamura just rushing at that one, which is why it went high and wide. So we're back to square one. Given away again, it's very sloppy. Nishiguchi checks back inside. Just tried to feed it into the path there of Luis Jr. Well, we said small goals for Tampines. Try and get through to half-time in the lead. Just wasn't good enough, was it? And again, you have to say, it's about confidence. Just can't hold on when they do put their noses in front. Nice ball play forwards though for Nakamura. Nakamura turns, goes for goal! Good save. Zafan had to be on his toes and was. That's better from Kyoga Nakamura. Nice ball played through, nice run from Nakamura. Just checked back inside and pulled the trigger. Good fingertip save there from Zafan in goal, the 24-year-old. Chance again for Tampines to pose and ask a question. Decent ball in. Not the cleanest ever there from Ryan Sanizal. A good challenge though from Nakamura, who seems to be trying to cover every blade of grass at the moment. Amaral finds Yasir, and that's far too heavy. Ahmedovic isn't going to get there. A little bit of whinging and moaning going on from Zafan in goal. Just asking his defenders to keep things a little bit tighter. They do like to do that, the goalkeepers. Have a little moan up. Of course, big news this week that broke was Zaiful Nizam moving from Balestier to Geylang, the goalkeeper there. That was announced throughout the social media networks. Yasir out wide. Better from Tampines. Decent ball in, looking for Boris. Couldn't find him. Kopitovic just a yard away from it. Nakamura turns. Ahmedovic. Back to Nakamura. Better from Tampines. Amaral deep. Kopitovic was the target. An important little header, though, coming in from Faritz. Just have been kept in play by Nishikawa. Nakamura again. Yasir with a layoff chance, and that's a great finish. Fantastic finish from Mark Tan into that bottom corner, and a very, very well-worked goal. That's better from Tampines. Lovely ball played forwards, beautiful little layoff, and Mark Tan picked his spot. Nakamura, watch this, drills it in, and that little layoff from Yasir Hanapi. Mark Tan gets the ball just out of his feet enough, and then drills it into that far corner. Zafan got a fingertip to it, but it was never going to be strong enough. Tampines take the lead. Well, we did promise goals. Finished 2-2 back in April. Tampines have been conceding 4 a game on average. Are they going to score again? Kopitovic on the volley, trying to make that one count. Just hitting it first time. nice bit of skill on the far side from Rusaidi. Tanjong Pagar with it all to do again. Just under 10 minutes to go till half-time. Tampines Rovers 2, Tanjong Pagar United 1. Taken quickly. It's a lovely ball as well, and a real opportunity for an equaliser. Just pulled it back a little bit too far behind Luis Jr. That was a chance. Fantastic running in off the ball. Great ball floated through. Anarchy getting there. Lovely first touch. Luis Jr. just going slightly ahead of the ball, so he couldn't get over the top and retain control. Kopitovic and Shakir Hamza, the chase is on. Keeper's come a long, long way and has to go all the way back as Farid helps that one on. It looked as though it could have been calamitous, but as it was, Shakir Hamza dealing with the situation. And Sanazal. Yuan Shah with the wrong ball on that occasion. Well, Luis is going to get there. He's got the pace, Luis Jr. There's Nisaguchi in the middle. Misses him out. Nishikawa with the header. Oh, drifting in at that far post area. Just couldn't get the power that he required. One finding Yasser with the throw in. Yasser just making a little angle so he can get the ball back. One closed down quickly, but Ryan will be there to mop things up. Mamedovic, time and space, just pushes it ahead of Irfan, the man that scored the first goal. Fatullah keeping it simple. Farid fires it out wide. Nishikawa creates the yard. Nishikawa tried to drill it in, but well defended. Solid defending from Irfan. Kopitovic winning the free kick there. And, well, then deciding to go it the right way. That's correct. Jensen Fu just took a moment or two to think about that one and then amended his decision, which is the correct one. Good refereeing. Not afraid to pull it back. They've got it wrong initially and then make the right call. Nishi offside. Nishikawa just drifting in there. Tanjong Pagar looking to press again. Good, comfortable play. That's a big, strong challenge as well there. It's allowed to carry on. Nishiguchi in behind, has 2 white shirts to aim for in the box. There's a third one arriving. It's a free header. Kikuto can't believe he's headed that one wide. Good work here from Nishiguchi. Checked back onto that right foot and saw the run. Lewis Jr. keen to get in on the action, but should really just have let Kikuto come onto that one and power the header goal bound. Here come Tampines. That's far too high, and it's gone out already. Other fans watching from the gallery. You can see the conditions as well. The rain still drizzling down. Perfect for a game of football. Nudge in the back, however, play allowed to continue. Sulfaru's playing that out wide, then a big strong challenge. Ivan Shah's the man that's upended. And Aki it is that caused that. Can they get through to half-time with things all square? That's the first goal. We mentioned it earlier. Once they'd taken the lead, as Fanitz looks to come forwards. Yes, it looked as though he was tugged back. Play allowed to continue. Referee didn't see it. Ishikawa gets the return. He's in behind as well. Ishikawa delivers a decent ball in. And Sanizal with the solid defending. And now the counter-attack's on. Mark Tan, who scored the second goal. Yasir closed down quickly. Pressure being mounted here. Here's Tanjong Pagar try and press. Tampines calmly play out from the back. Medovic looking to get on it as well. Sulfaruls fires that one forwards. Fanitz with the chest down. Bit of time and space here for Fatullah. Faritz. Nishiguchi. Fatullah. Just retains possession. Shakir with a nice ball played forwards. And the chance! It's broken free and struck home. And a key in the right place at the right time, and the man brought into the starting lineup today drills it goal bound. And that will be bitterly, bitterly disappointing yet again for Tampines. It's a great ball from Shakir Hamza, and it's one of the most difficult that you can play. A straight ball on a straight run. But what about that touch from Nishiguchi? Just cushions it behind. Almost like a miscontrol for himself. They don't deal with the ball. Sometimes all you need is a bit of luck and to be in the right place at the right time. Anaki Ismit was smashing that into the far corner. Meaning, well, we're all square again. Well, they've gone and done it again. Tampines Rovers, they take the lead and then they concede. They take the lead, then they concede. Will we get a goal in this 2 minutes of stoppages at the end of the first 45? Well, there's an old adage in football and an old saying, if you don't concede, you don't lose games. You have have to stop that ball going in the back of your own net. Tampines Rovers haven't been doing that. Not lately. That is the problem. They are creating the opportunities and the chances as Kopitovic looks to get in from that Yassir pass. Here's Bennett. Yassir, was that a tug? No, said the referee. Nakamura with a poor control. Should just about see us through till half-time, that should. Yeah, long throw down the line. And they'll just gain the yards. Jensen Fu has a little look at his watch. Saidi gets on the ball. Luis Jr. keeps it simple. Ishikawa out wide. He delivers. It's a decent ball in. Bennett with a header. Ishikawa with a header back inside as well. Ball bouncing, popping and bobbling around. Danger not clear. Referee puts the whistle in his mouth and says that will do. Well, disappointing from a Tampines point of view because they took the lead not once but twice in that first 45. Irfan it was after just 18 minutes that gave the Stags the lead before Shakir Hamza levelled things up just before the half-hour mark. Mark Tan then with a nice little strike into the far corner, but poor defence from Tampines allowed Anaki Ismit to equalise right on the stroke of half-time. At half-time in the Singapore Premier League, it is Tampines 2, Tanjong Pagar 2. Very warm welcome back to the Singapore Premier League. We are at the Tampines Hub, as it's Tampines Rovers taking on Tanjong Pagar United. 2-2 at half-time. So lots of action, lots of goals, and we're hoping for more in the second 45 as well. Nice bit of drizzle. That's helped so that the ball can fizz around on the ground. And it's helped with us getting goals as well. Well, the question is what will be said at half-time? Because Gavin Lee, yet again, his side took the lead not once, but twice, and still couldn't hang on to it. It did start well for them. They did create opportunities. Ball fired out wide, and that deep delivery was the first goal in just 18 minutes' time. No marking of Irfan at the far post. He just drifted in for his first goal of the season. But a great ball in from Yasser Hanapi. It was a corner. It was a second phase as the ball came back out to Yasser. And put it right on a plate. But where, oh where, was the marking? As it was, the lead didn't last that long. Bundled in over the line, I think it's fair to say. Shakir Hamza in the right place at the right time. There's the head down from Rikuto. They don't deal with it, Tampines, and they get punished for it. That was in the 29th minute. So it gave us a lot of action and a lot of entertainment. Nakamura has played well. He's created that opportunity for himself. Ball was drilled forwards into his path. He checked back and then left-footed tried to test the keeper. But Zarfan in goal was right up to task. They did keep coming forwards, Tampines, and Nakamura with a lovely ball into Yasser. And that touch just out to the feet of Martin before drilling it into that far corner. Giving the keeper, Zarfan, no chance really. Had to readjust himself, the keeper. Got a thumb to it by the looks of things, but it was just the power and pace that beat him. That was in the 35th minute. Then it was Tanjong Pagar and their chance to create. Good work from Anaki, but when he pulled it back, it was just behind Lewis Jr., which is why he skied the shot wide and high. But a good run in behind for the man who's on loan from Lion City Sailors. But Lewis Jr. just couldn't make it count. Then came the goal right on the stroke of half-time. Anaki it was that drilled it into the far corner. Lovely ball play forwards from Shakir Hamza. That touch there from Nishiguchi was tough. He thought that he was going to control it for himself, but the ball just span into the pathway of Anaki, and the power on the shot was too much for us to deal with. So that gives us a scoreline at half-time of 2-2. Lots of shots, lots of attempts, 13 in total from both sides. And more, well, 50% from Tanjong Pagar, but a little bit more for Tampines. But the only stat that matters and the only numbers that count are the ones at the top, and those are the goals. Tampines 2, Tanjong Pagar 2. All to play for then in the second half at our Tampines Hub in the Singapore Premier League. We're going to take a short break, but we'll be back very, very shortly with all the second half action. Make sure you join us. A very warm welcome back to our Tampines Hub, where Tampines Rovers are drawing 2-2 with Tanjong Pagar United. Fans in the stadium, always good to see. Hi guys, nice big waves, and they're here enjoying themselves for an afternoon out. If you're ever out and about and you can get down and support your local team, please do so. Football is nothing without the fans, and every single player in the world will tell you that. And the players that are out on the field of play today are grateful for those that have come down and made the effort to get behind their local team and support them. So if you're out there and you're looking for something to do, come down and get yourself a team, get behind them, come and support them, and give your support to the local football scene. You can still support your Man Uniteds and your Liverpools and your Real Madrids, but it's vitally important that we're here and we support the local game. Well, supporting Tanjong Pagar with the fans down there earlier, cheering them on. However, they took the lead not just once, but twice, and couldn't make that count going into half-time. Right on the stroke of half-time, it was Anaki that scored, and we're going to see a change straight away. It looks as though Madu is going to come on for Tampines. He's been out injured, came on in the last game for about 15-20 minutes. Be interesting to see who he comes on for. Probably going to just slot straight in at the back, that'll be sure. But who will be replaced? There's the side that fought back on 2 occasions. The question now is, have they got enough about them to get themselves through and go and take all 3 points? They've won 3 games since coming back and the restart of the campaign. Tanjong Pagar have lost 3 of theirs so far. Irfan Najib, the man that scored the opening goal, is the man that's replaced. So Madu will come in and slot straight into that right-back position. And the 30-year-old will bring that vast amount of experience that he has. No other changes made. As Mr. Fu will get us underway momentarily. Just counted the players to make sure that there's 11 on each team. And it is Tanjong Pagar that get us underway, kicking from left to right. Straight away, Faritz gets caught. It's going to be a free kick. Where will this game be won and lost? Will it be won and lost in the substitutions that are made? Will it be mistakes? That's going to be the key element. Faritz tries to drill it down. Madu is there to clear things up. Yasser gets on the ball, tries to keep possession, but the big toe there of Nishikawa was there to make sure that the ball goes out of play. Long-range shot, always going wide. Ahmedovic not afraid to try and take it on. Just to no avail. It was actually Bikuto. Tanjong Pagar come again. Bikuto keeping it simple. Showing with a little bit of composure. Conceded possession, but goes strong in the challenge and wins the ball. But the foot did get raised slightly, and he did just catch Nakamura. A little shake of the head there. You'll see here. Goes into the challenge, wins it, but because that right leg is just slightly raised, the referee deemed that as possibly a little bit dangerous. And it was signed from Geylang this season. Former under-22 international. Sharin not holding back at all there. That's a nice ball over the top. Amarul wanted the return. Mehmedovic couldn't get there. That was poor ball played forwards from Fatullah. Kopitovic. 14 goals this season. Big bad Boris, but yet to have an opportunity on goal tonight. Fatullah doing well. Retains possession. Nishikawa helps it forwards to Nishiguchi. Not the best ball played back from Fatullah either. Situation rescued though from Farids. Play themselves into trouble. Here is Kopitovic. Flag goes up though. Offside. Just like that, we've had almost 5 minutes of this second half. Long ball punted forwards, picked up by Anaki. Luis Jr. threads it wide for Nishikawa. Madu with the header away. Yasser losing out in that header. Bennett, though, strong enough to get the ball back. The ball bouncing and bobbling around. They don't deal with the ball, neither side at the moment, conceding possession far too cheaply. Nishiguchi onto the right foot. Nishiguchi! Not a million miles away. Great strike from him. 7 goals so far this season. Just checks back inside, drops that shoulder. And from a good 25, 30 yards out, pings it towards goal. Just over the top though. Ball adjudged to have gone out from that long switch. Amarul unable to keep it in play. Mehmedovic just clearing his lines. Saidi trying to go round him but couldn't. Sharin steps forwards to take the throw. Luis Jr. fighting and battling away. Mehmedovic releases Mark Ryan Tan. Just couldn't push it past Faritz there. Faritz showing all his experience. Nishikawa. Here's Nishiguchi. Faritz has gone on the overlap, but Nishiguchi checks back inside and elects to retain possession. Here's Sharin. Nice ball played forwards. Luis Jr. couldn't get there. Well, that's a shame, that, because Luis Jr. went for the header and he may well just have been offside. But coming in at the far post was Nishiguchi. Now, was he offside? He didn't look it, but the flag had gone up early. There, look, he's offside. If he leaves that, you just wonder. Moved towards the ball and made an attempt, which was why the flag was raised. Oh, it's a lovely little touch as well, and a chance here for Nishikawa. Delivers it into the box, but Luis Jr. was just past the near post. What The opportunities and chances starting to come now for Tanjong Pagar. Lovely little flick round the corner from Nishiguchi. Nishikawa firing that ball in. There you can see Luis Jr. well past the near post. Always difficult to try and score there. Has the free kick been awarded? Ashadi judged to have been a little bit overzealous going in and closing down for that challenge there. Well, it's Tanjong Pagar that have settled the better of the two sides at the start of this second 45. Nishiguchi not really a palm stinger from Rikuto. Easy for Zafan in goal. So for Ruz, I should say. There's Zafan at the correct end. Mado with a cushioned header. Nakamura helps it on. Here's Yasser. Tried to feed it through to Kopatovic, but Tanjong Pagar line held. Didn't want to stray offside. That's why Kopatovic stopped his run. Shakir looking for that big switch. Well, the referee could have played an advantage there. Rikuto put his head down and he stooped down to win the header, and they still had the ball. There. Nothing wrong with that. From all concerned, really. Ball floated in, looking for Shakir. Dan Bennett wins the header. Doesn't hit it far enough. Shadi gets past his man, delivers. Rikuto with a little back heel. They don't clear their lines. Iwan trying to get in on the action. Is that a corner? Was it played off the legs? No, said the referee. Much to the bemusement of some of the fans down there. Did look as though Rashidi had tried to slam that ball back across. There's the little back heel. Let's have a look here. Rashidi trying to cross it, but goal kick awarded. Nishikawa saying he was going for the ball, but he did catch the man. That's why the free kick was awarded. Nakamura plays it wide. Tam with the ball in. Not the best pass forward that we'll have seen all night. Tampines happy to be going all the way home and comfortable. That's a nice little touch there from Yasser. Now the chance is on Mehmedovic. Thought about taking the shot, instead plays it wide. Amaral. Mehmedovic, was he caught? Play on, said the referee. Nakamura. He flicks it forwards. They'll let that go out for a goal kick. Yasser. Well, again, there's a few people that aren't very happy down there. Oh, one of them is that Norlam Shah? No, that's actually Hazrin Jilani. Doesn't look happy about that decision. Norlam Shah dragging Hazlan away quite clearly. I'd say Tanjong Pagar throwing, and the officials get it right in the end. That is the correct decision. Didn't see anyone trying to grab the ball off Norlam Shah there very quickly. Norlam Shah, of course, known for his robust play when he played here a few years ago. Had a few encounters with the back of his head and his elbows, should we say that. Good, strong, solid player. Norlam Shah, no credit to him. Just a little kick out from behind from Irwan. He did catch him. That's why the free kick's been awarded. Right, still Tanjong Pagar on top this second 45 minutes. We're only about 15 minutes in. Still plenty of time to go though. What about the delivery? It's a decent ball in. Solid defending from Bennett. Heads all together. The referee needs to look at this. The players know instantly. You could see Bennett there. Just indicating straight away. Shakir Hamza as well. When there's a clash of heads, it needs to stop. It was actually after the event. If you have a look, there's the header and there's the contact now. There's nothing and no malice in that at all, but you can see the players straight away from both sides saying, stop, stop. It's always an indication. Of course, the players' safety is of paramount importance, particularly with what we've seen over the past couple of years. Just a bash on the back of the head, I think, by the looks of things, so looks as though he'll be all right. Irwan Shah's a big, tough lad. Not one to shy away or back down from anything, the 32-year-old. We're going to see a change or a couple of changes in a minute. Just look as though Bosniak is getting ready to come back onto the field of play after being left out of the starting lineup today. Looks as though Taufik's been given a nod as well. Got to defend here though. Oh, totally miscued. The Shady got that one completely wrong as it bobbled up a little bit. So Amaral will come off. That will mean Bosniak will go on to that left-hand side. That happens sometimes. You just fractionally take your eye off the ball. Well, it's the two wide men that have been sacrificed. So Mark Tan is off, as is Amaral. Bosniak and Taufik come on. So I said a bit earlier, is this game going to be won and lost by changes and substitutions? His confirmation. Amin Bosniak coming in. Amaral going out. Taufik coming in. And it's Mark Tan that goes out as well. Throw in Tanjong Pagar. Luis Jr. finds Farid. Sharon electing to just keep possession. slow the game down a little bit. That long ball pumped forwards to no avail. Farids plays it back. Just asks a little question there of Zarfan, who launches that one long. Flag's gone up on this near side. And Nolam Shah just asking the question of the linesman, are you sure? It was earlier than that. Was when that first initial ball was played forwards. Medovic caught in possession. Lewis Jr. with the layoff. Chance here now for Nishiguchi. Skips it and slips it forwards. The flag's gone up now though. Lively and again looking to create opportunities and chances. Nakamura. Pushing one, looking for Bosniak. Good challenge from Shaki Hamza. Little nudge in the back. Yes, said the referee. Mercedes seems to be in the thick of all the action at the moment. Been asked to wait until the distances are marked out. So yes, here will come all the way over to this near side to take this. Bennett up from the back as well. Madhu is in there. It's fired deep. Headed away though, comfortably by Shakir Hamza. Nakamura gets it onto his left foot. Nakamura pulls his shot just wide. Had to work incredibly hard for that opening himself. Just the final shot and the final touch that let him down. Lewis Jr. with a touch. Kuto skipping past a couple of challenges. Play switched from Fatullah. Nishikawa. There's your shot count. Shows that the Tanjong Pagar are about twice as many as Tampines. Ball played in. Lewis! Lewis Jr. with a header. Brilliant save in the end. So for us it was. That was almost point blank. Now the counter-attack's on. Play switched. Bosniak with a little bit of time and space. Cuts inside and tries to flick that one forwards. Hooked away to safety though. Nakamura out wide. Medovic looks for the give and go. Gets it back. Chance as he breaks to the edge of the box though. Taufik can't get his shot away. Nakamura floats one in. Kopitovic with a header. Medovic. Well, got there and attacked the ball, but just couldn't get the touch that he wanted. Medovic is still down. This was the one a little bit earlier. There's that header, 6 yards out. Ryan Sanizal doing just enough to put Luis Jr. off. Take nothing away from that save. Sulfuruz just had to react anywhere else in the goal and that would have gone in. And then at the other end, it almost came to fruition for them. I thought I heard some cheers a little while ago, or a few minutes ago. Anaki's the man that is going to come off. And it's the fan favourites who's coming on. Kyril Amory, 132 caps for the national team. The 36-year-old in the twilight of his career. Young Player of the Year back in 2008. Does seem like a long, long time ago. It is straight away, and just showing that the touch is still there. A lovely touch from Kyril Amory. Atula just drills it out wide to Nishikawa. Ishiguchi back inside. Been a lot more effective with the ball this second 45 minutes, Tanjong Pagar. So we're coming up to the 70-minute mark. Luis Jr. He wants to be on the ball, doesn't he? Ishiguchi, a little back heel, not quite coming off there, and now means that Tampines can look to break forwards. That's exactly what they're doing. That was a clear push from Kyril Amory, who's only been on the pitch for about 60 seconds and goes straight into the referee's book. Arguing his case, probably saying it's the first thing that he's done since coming on. There, right in front of the referee, you cannot raise your hand and push it into a player's back. You do that, you can expect trouble as the referee calls for the drinks break. It's only his second yellow card of the season, though. Great to see the kids here as well. The youngsters coming down to support. They're the future generation, they're the future players, they're the future believers in Singapore football. Tampines Rovers, do they believe that they can win? Winning is a habit. Losing also becomes a habit. They need to break that and snap that habit now. 10 games in a row. Must be close to a club record, that. 10 losses. Flag's gone up early. Offside. Close, to be honest, for Madhu to be in that offside position. And he is again with a big strong header back. Flick forwards from Shadin. Yasir helps that one on, but not far enough. Taufik looks for the switch. Easily played away though from Rusaidi. Only as far as Mehmedovic. Mehmedovic, straight down the throat to the keeper. Zarfan, well behind that. No problems for him. Kyril Amory on the turn. Skips past one, gets caught. And he's not happy at all, Kyril Amory. And you can see Ewan Shah saying, is that just because he asked for the yellow card? Well, I think Jensen for the referee, wanting to get hold of this game and make sure he doesn't lose it, which is why a couple of yellow cards in quick succession should calm everybody down. Ball floated in, not the best delivery. Adila at the second time. Madhu with a clearance. That should really have been a foul. Gone and attacked the ball, but played the man on that occasion. Did Sharin. As it is, they go right up the other end and look to try and get themselves a goal, but the flag goes up, so a little bit of chaos at the moment. Athula is the man that's going to come off here, though. Good shift from him. Ryan is coming on. Signed last year from Balestier. Just to try and shore things up in the middle of the park, and some fresh legs. Sharin, with no nonsense defending, got to the ball and made sure it was safe. Here's Iwan. Gets that one all wrong. Couldn't afford to take the tackle there, as he's just been booked, and great work down the right-hand side. And of course the commentator's curse kicks in for Rashidi. That touch there just ballooning the ball away from him. Wozniak wanted the free kick, not given. Ryan trying the pass that was never on. Flag goes up. Boris Kopitovic just straying into an offside position. They are holding the line well, to be fair, and it's a very, very high line as well. It's only 6 or 7 yards in to the Tanjong Pagar half. Touch there from Luis Jr. Still on the ball. Wins the throw. Yasir can't quite believe it's been given against him. Shahan with the ball in. Madhu with the clearance. Kopitovic with the touch. Now it breaks for Taufik, who tries to play in Kopitovic, but good defending. Shakir Hamza in the right place at the right time. Nakamura, a little bit of time and space in the hole. Scooped forwards. Kopitovic with the layoff. Nakamura. Medovic out wide to Bosniak. Were they asking for the handball? Not given. Kyra Lamry just trying to hold off the challenge. Iwan Shah winning that battle on that occasion. Medovic. Nakamura. Out wide, Taufik. Taufik! Good save. That's a very, very good save. Zarfan at full stretch there. Better work from Tampines. Wozniak with a ball in, Madhu with a header. Play allowed to continue. That's a kick off the ball. Referee playing an advantage here. Luis Jr. looks to switch play. They just get away with it. Nishiguchi. Luis Jr. on the turn and the shot. I think we'll see a yellow card here as well. Kyra Lamry got absolutely smashed. Well, if it's Iwan Shah, that's going to be a second yellow when he's off. That's got to be a second yellow. He's tried to play the advantage. He did go straight through him. He's a very, very lucky boy. That should have been a yellow card. Irwan Shah going straight through Khaira Lamri there and catching him. That counter-attack was on. He's very, very lucky. Here's the opportunity once more from Taufik. Going for that far corner. Great save from Zafan. And maybe one too many rolls from Khaira Lamri, but he did get caught. I think he's just saying to the fourth official as well, how's that not a yellow card? Ahmedovic with a big switch. Bosniak almost through. He did score the last time these two sides met. I mean, Bosniak. Just couldn't get on the end of that one. Here's Khaira Lamri again. Just seems to be a magnet at the moment where the ball's coming towards him. Onside though here is Luis Jr. bearing down on goal. Gets it onto the left and went for that far corner. Just got the angle all wrong. Well, you could see exactly what he was trying to do there. He did bend his run. Madhu was playing everybody onside in the middle. Good recovery though. And Sanizal getting back, and Dan Bennett. The arm did go up and across. Tampines are making inroads into the shots, but it is still Tanjong Pagar that are leading on that count. 16-10. Ryan Sanizal just being told to go and push further forwards and get himself involved in this set play from the bench. Happy to try and leave 1-on-1 at the back, which could be risky. Yasir will deliver. So both the big guns and Madhu up from the back. Fired in. Madhu's the target. It's a solid header. Danger not cleared. Good save. Very, very good save. Had to just react again there, did Zafan. The ball flicked up in the air from Sharin. They don't deal with it and clear it. Madhu gets the strike away. Zafan pushed it to safety. Can he deliver quality? It's not a bad ball. Madhu the target again, but it's over everybody. Ishikawa wins it and just launches that one forwards. The little layoff from Khaira Lamri. The white shirts looking to streak forwards now. Khaira Lamri on the ball again. Nakamura was always going to get there. Shakir Hamza finds himself in the centre forward position and is going to have to track all the way back to defence now. It's playing it out wide. Khaira Lamri again. Shakir Hamza, he takes it on. Bit of time and space. Rikuto playing it wide. Shaidi looks to deliver. Comes off the back of the head of Bosniak, and that'll be a corner. Third corner of the game for Tampines. Drilled in. Oh, the header goes just wide. Cool defending on the line, it's fair to say, from Taufik. Knew where that ball was going, which is why he ducked. Shaki Hamza again looking to get on the end of things, and not a million miles away was Luis Jr., the man that got the header in the end. And now at the other end there's a chance. Sharin just hooking that one to a safe area. That's a poor first touch though from Rushaidi. Yassir. Memovic playing it back inside. That's a lovely defence splitting pass. Nakamura gets there first. Memovic with a layoff. Nakamura right-footed. This time Luis Jr. in the way. Gets the ball back at his feet though. Somehow manages to come away with it and retain possession. It's a good ball as well for Nishikawa. Nishiguchi. Good defending. Madu playing his way back into fitness and getting a bit longer per game. He will be an asset come the run-in. Kovacic playing it back inside to Memovic. That's a lovely ball threaded through for Bosniak. Bosniak bearing down on goal, opens himself up. It's a good save again. Zarfan just pushing it inside though. Tanjong Pagar just make sure that the numbers are right and that the numbers are there to deal with it. 6 minutes plus stoppage time to go. It's still Tampines 2, Tanjong Pagar 2. Will there be some heartbreak for either side at the end? That ball was boomed in, I think it's fair to say, from Nishikawa. Far too much pace on it. We've seen him do that on a few occasions this season, where he gets it and drops the shoulder back and gets his right foot wrapped round the ball and goes for that far corner. Just couldn't open up enough on that occasion. Good header from Sharin. Yassir with the second ball. Medovic. A little bit clumsy there from Rusaidi, but the referee allows play to continue. Madu. Kopitovic. Nakamura. Finds Yassir. Yassir Hanapi out wide to Bosniak. Hangs one up at the far post. It's a decent ball in as well. It's gone all the way through to Taufik. Farid gets back there to deal with it though. It's a nice turn as well from Nishiguchi, but loses out eventually. Comfortable claim though. Zarfan had to make sure his hands were safe, and they were. Bosniak just losing out. Luis Jr. That's Kyle Lamry showing. Yassir Hanapi can't quite believe that. Really wasn't too much in that, you have to turn around and say. Luis Jr. went to ground easily on that occasion, but has won a free kick. That's the important thing. Ball's floated in. It's dangerous. Is it flicked behind? Is that a corner? No, said the referee. Luis Jr. got there and wasn't complaining or moaning, so must have got the header there. Clock ticking down. Yassir's gone very deep and gets a little nudge in the back. Meadow just stood there with the ball, just put his arms out. It's just a little nudge, a little tickle in footballing terms. Yassir back to his feet and getting on with things as Bosniak looks to create a yard. A little bit of a rugby challenge on that occasion from Rashidi, who's also going to go into the book. That one will be for persistent infringement of the rules of the game. That's one too many silly little challenges from Rashidi. There you go. The arm wrapped around the waist, a little tug of the shirt. Almost thought he was in a scrum for a rugby term. So a chance here right at the death, 90 seconds plus stoppage time. What can be conjured here? He's gone for, well, I thought he'd gone for goal, but he's absolutely fired that across the face of goal. Adamana just coming in at the far post, couldn't get the contact, and I think he just missed as well there. You can see Boris Kopitovic's head. Into the final minute then. That's not the best ball. Medovic losing out in that challenge. Chance here now for Rashidi. Rashidi. That's the second time. He kicked one out earlier, didn't he, when it bounced and bobbled up, and there he's just spooned it straight to the hands of Zulfaruz, and now Tampines can come. Bosniak with that ball forwards, it's just too much though, and you can see the arms going out from Medovic. Not happy with that. The fourth official raises the board and tells us that there'll be 5 minutes of time added on. Lovely touch there from Kyril Amri, turning back the clock as Rehan fires it out wide. Nishikawa, 3-4 white shirts looking to pour forwards and get in the box, but that's a poor crossfield pass from Nishikawa. Some tired legs and some tired limbs out there today. Shot of Nishikawa. Did a touch of cramp. Looks that way. As the referee calls for the stretcher. I don't think we'll need the stretcher. I think he can limp off to the far side there as we see young and old alike down here to support the Stags. This is a big pitch here, to be fair. When you come down and when you play on a pitch like this, it can be zapping. Magnificent facility here out towards the east of Singapore. It's got swimming pool, it's got running track around the top as well for people to go and jog. It's got gyms, it's got hawker centres, it's got shops. A real wonderful place to come and spend an afternoon. There's even some public table tennis tables that I saw earlier, and saw the kids having a game a bit earlier on my way up to the commentary position. It really is a fun place. I'm one that can remember the old Tampines Stadium that was here many moons ago. That seems like a lifetime ago now, as the time added on is ticking down. Medovic dropping into the hole, getting on the ball, flicks it out wide to Taufik. He fires one in. The keeper's come, and he had to claim, and that's exactly what he did. Good work from Zafan, who tries to release it early, looking for Kyril Amri, who gets his body in the way. Now he's rugby tackled to the ground. Now that's a yellow card. He's off. Iwan Shah will receive a second yellow for that. He had a tug of the shirt. The arms went round the waist, and it's very late on in the game. But he got booked just moments after Kyril Amri, and he was lucky to be on the pitch for an off-the-ball clumsy challenge earlier. And that one, there's no doubt in that. That is a second yellow, which of course equals red. Iwan Shah will leave the fray for the remaining 2 minutes or so. The referee clearly and distinctly told him earlier, no more. There, look, he's got hold of his shirt, he's tugged him to the ground. I think Kyril Amri's made a little bit more of the second one, but the first one, it's an infringement. Is the late drama here? That was an important header. And Sanizal coming up, trumps there with a fantastic header. Yassir back there defending. Ahmedovic just helps it further forwards. And that's a challenge from behind. That's naughty as well. Sharin will be shown the yellow card late on here. Totally knew what he was doing there as well. Just trying to kill the game a little bit, I think. You're not allowed to challenge like that now. You might have been 10 years ago. Straight into the referee's book. The referee might do well just to end this game. Don't want it to finish on a very, very sour note. Taufik. Looking to get his cross in. Farid gets there. The ball adjudged to have gone over the line, so it'll be a corner. And this will probably be the last action of the game. Taken quickly. Ahmedovic fires it in. Bennett the target. Well won though. Shakir Hamza it was, and he's carried on his run. Will he get there? That's the question. Yes, he will. Has support. Lewis Jr. is arriving in the box. It's delivered, and that's well taken. Zulfaruz it was that took the ball, and there could have been a real sting in the tail there. As it is, the keeper doing well to retain possession. And we finish here at our Tampines Hub, all square. It's finished 2-2. Well, a thoroughly entertaining game of football with all the goals coming in the first 45. Goals from Irfan on 18, Shakir levelling things up for Tanjong Pagar on 29 before Mark Tan made it 2-1 to Tampines in the 35th minute, and an equaliser just on the stroke of half-time from Anik means that the full-time score in the Singapore Premier League is Tampines Rovers 2, Tanjong Pagar United 2. Well, I think it's fair to say that Tanjong Pagar probably had the lion's share in that second 45 minutes. Handshakes all round, still a few questions being raised in the middle as the players are saying goodbye. As we look back at what transpired, this was the second phase of a corner. Yasser Hanapi with a deep, deep cross into that far post area. This was the 18th minute where Irfan ghosted in and no one picked him up or tracked him back. And the simplest of headers from the right back across the goalkeeper into that far corner gave Tampines the lead. However, Tampines being Tampines couldn't hang on to it. And a messy goal, a scrambled goal. Tampines don't deal with the ball, and Shakir Hamza it was that somehow bundled it over the line. Ball bouncing, popping and bobbling around before that was 1-1, and that was in the 29th minute. This was Mark Tan's goal. Good finish. It really, really was. A lovely ball threaded through from Nakamura. Yasser Hanapi with a wonderful, delightful, cushioned layoff and touch here. There, right into the path. Martin, one touch out of his feet, buried it in that far corner. Then on the stroke of half-time, this is one of the hardest things to do, a straight run on a straight ball. Ishiguchi was with a touch. He wanted it for himself, but he'd overcooked it a bit. The spin took the ball away from him. And it was Anaki that was in the right place at the right time. And it was just the power that meant Zulfaruz couldn't keep it out. Both sides huffed and puffed in the second 45. Tanjong Pagar looked as though they were the more dominant, but he didn't stop Tampines creating opportunities. Nakamura going close from about 25 yards away. Nishikawa down that left-hand flank caused issues and problems, and Luis Jr. should really have scored there. A good save from Zulfaruz in the end. Anywhere else in the goal from Luis Jr. and that goes in. The keeper just kept his calm and kept Tanjong Pagar at bay. Good save here from Zafan at the other end though. It was the substitute Taufik that had come on that looked to drill it into that far top corner. However, once again, both keepers proving their mettle, and the 24-year-old who has been called up into the national team and in the squads has yet to make his international debut, was in the right place at the right time. Not once, but twice. He was there as well. Madhumana on as a half-time sub, getting more minutes under his belt as he tries to regain his fitness. Keeping that one at bay as well. This was another good opportunity, and it was the substitute Bosniak that didn't open himself up enough on that occasion, and yet again, Zafan in the right place at the right time. Got his angles absolutely spot on and said to Bosniak, you've got to beat me, not the other way round. And that was a good save. There are the stats. 18 shots for Tanjong Pagar as opposed to 13 for Tampines. Just over 50% for Tampines, about a third for Tanjong Pagar. They'll want to improve on that. The one red card at the bottom was for Iwan Shah, but the numbers that count are the only ones that count. They're the ones at the top. It means a point each as Tampines Rovers and Tanjong Pagar play out a 2-2 draw. So, round of 17 results look like this. The Lion City Sailors dropping points to Hougang and dropping points at the top of the table because, as you see a bit further down, Albrecht's winning 4-0 over Balestier. Geylang, they lost 3-2 to the Young Lions in dramatic fashion. It was an unbelievable turnaround from the Young Lions. And today's game, Tampines Rovers and Tanjong Pagar play out a 2-2 draw. What does that mean for the table? Well, it means that Albrechts keep that 5-point lead at the top. Lion City Sailors with it all to do, although they do have a game in hand and they do play each other towards the end of the season. That could be the title decider. That point for Tampines doesn't help their cause in trying to catch Hougang. Tanjong Pagar trying to stay on the coattails of Tampines, so just that point doesn't help them. But Geylang close, as are Balestier, and Young Lions, well, their season is rapidly turning around. What have we got coming up this week? More great action. Hougang and Tampines. That's going to be the interesting one and standout one. Albrechts Niigata take on Geylang International as well. We've got the international break, so these games will take place on the 11th and the 12th of September. Balestier taking on Tanjong Pagar and Young Lions and Lion City. Wow. Those fixtures do pop out at you, particularly the top one, the second one, and the bottom one. Those are three critical games which could define the Singapore Premier League season. We hope that you've enjoyed us, and we hope that you've enjoyed the coverage that we've brought to you from our Tampines Hub. But it has finished here. Tampines Rovers 2, Tanjong Pagar United 2. Make sure you stay safe.